What's going on, family? It's CJ representing Great Games. Hope everybody having a great day today. Today we hitting y'all with a push workout. It's gonna be about 45 minutes to an hour, so make sure you plan accordingly. And remember, family, the workout will always be in the description. So today we starting with a seated chest press. This is something that you can do in turn from doing a traditional bench press. The seated press allows you to take a little bit pressure off your back and really focus more on the pressing movement. So as you see here, once I get into the seated position, I sort of pinch my back and arch my chest up a little bit. That really allows me to focus this press or focus my chest in on this press. So I'm really trying to take out my shoulders. I'm trying to take out my triceps from this movement and really just focus on the pectoral muscles. So with these, the rep range, we kind of kept the rep range a little high. We kept them 12 to 15 for them. This movement right here is almost a wide grip chest press, which is why I have my hand positioned midway to 3/4 to the end of the bar. Because it's a wide grip, it's going to be widening your chest and making it fuller. So I really want to make sure, again, if I'm doing a chest press, I want to take my shoulders, my triceps out of it. So I actually scoop my butt up on the seat, maybe 3 inches forward, having my back in a diagonal position. And that allows me to put all of my focus on this chest press and put all of the focus on my pectoral muscles. So again, when we coming in here, getting this workout, we don't want to waste time. We don't want to waste movements. Every movement has to count. Every rep has to count. So we want to make sure whatever workout that we're doing, we focus on that muscle group and getting that mind-muscle connection. So you'll see here, again, I get into that seated position. I scoot up maybe 3 inches and allow my chest to really take over the movement. So from the wide grip chest press, we go into an incline chest press. And the same deal, as I sit down, I scoop my butt up maybe 2 or 3 inches. That way, as I'm pushing out, the only thing that's moving is my chest. As you look towards the end of the movement, as you can see, my pectoral muscles are extending on the end of that movement. That's what I want. Again, I'm pinching my back, I'm arching my chest up, and I'm taking my shoulders and triceps out of that movement. These right here are Pec Flies. This is a great movement to really focus on that inner chest and really bring out some of those striations and lines within your chest. So with this movement, when I sit down, my hand placements are just under or just below my shoulders. And as I'm closing in on the end of this movement, I'm putting a little tilt to my hand. I'm tilting my hand, my thumbs outward, and that gives me just a little bit more inflection on my chest at the end of that movement. Again, if you are working out for bodybuilding, then those little squeezes and pauses at the end of the movements, at the end of the reps, they count. So you see here, I'll try to do like a half a second pause on the end of that and make sure I'm squeezing. That's going to, again, bring out all of those striations within your pectoral muscles. So as we move up in weight for this movement, I'm unable to get that sort of outward tilt of my hands to get that inflection of my chest. So what I do is try to get a longer pause to still get that intensity and to still get that flex at the end of the movement. So now we finished up with chest, and no push workout is complete without hitting those delts. So delts is a very important body part. It actually allows your shoulders to look wider So these side lateral raises sort of cap your delts. If you're approaching working out from a bodybuilding standpoint, you want a complete physique, and whenever you're doing delts, you want to hit all three heads: the front, the side, and the rear part of your delts. So that's what we're doing here. We're keeping the weights the whole time. We're aiming 12 to 15 side raises, 12 to 15 front raises, and 12 to 15 rear delt raises. So I never put the weight down during these sets, and this is where the grit comes into the workout. For most of these exercises, the rest time been between 30 seconds and a minute. So the fatigue is definitely setting in towards the end of this. So we want to make sure that we keeping the form good, we're keeping the form accurate, we're not wasting any movements. And as you're doing these, again, on the side raises, just like the rear delt raises, my pinky is going to be up at the end of the movement. So as I'm bringing the dumbbell up, my thumb is pointed down and my pinky is pointed up at the end of the movement. And just like on the front raises, again, I'm not going way beyond the shoulders. I'm trying to keep it near shoulder height as I do the front delt raises. Again, with the rear delt raises, the weight isn't going to stop moving. I try to keep the dumbbells really around shoulder width. So as they come in, I try not to let them get in between my legs. And I try to keep the weight moving. So this is going to be the last of our shoulder superset that we do of the push workout. So this would be our fourth set, and again, we wanted to really hit all three heads of the delts: the front, the side, and the rear delts. So after this, we're going to move into some tricep movements, really hit 2 tricep movements to finish out this workout. One is going to be skull crushers. With skull crushers, you always want to keep the weight behind your head, especially if you don't have a spotter. That way, if you accidentally drop the weight, you're not going to drop it on your head, or it'll just drop on the floor. So always trying to keep the weight behind you. And the most important thing with skull crushers is your elbow position. You want to get in a position that's not going to cause stress and strain to your elbows as you're doing this movement. So anytime you're doing free weights, I always recommend you start out with a light weight to get the feel of the movement first, and then you can work your way up into doing heavier sets. So with these, we kept the range right around 10 to 12 reps for these skull crushers, and then we finished the movement out with some tricep press downs. And with this movement, I'm really trying to get the bar kind of under my chest, elbows out, sort of pressing down. And with this movement, you can definitely go heavy on it. And again, you want to get everything you can out of each rep. So you want to make sure that you're controlling the weight, that it's a controlled movement, and if you can, get that slight little pause at the end of that movement. Again, we want to bring out as much striations and growth as possible. So that's the workout, y'all. Make sure y'all try it. Let me know what y'all think. And don't forget, you got a grit to gain.